Triumph have today announced their Scrambler 1200 lineup for 2024. It includes an updated 1200 XE and a new X model which replaces the previous XC. In this video I want to concentrate on the X as I think it's going to prove to be a very popular bike. The X looks like a bike that's going to offer more of an accessible route into the Scrambler 1200 family. It retains the excellent 1200cc high power twin motor that puts out 89 horsepower and a powerful 110 Nm of torque. It retains a 21-inch front and 17-inch wheels, which are tubeless, but the thing that makes it more accessible is the seat height. The previous Scrambler XC had a seat height of 840mm, which is actually pretty manageable, and the XE was a taller 870mm. The new 1200X sits at just 820mm, or 32 inches if you prefer, and there's also an accessory low seat available which reduces the height to 795mm. Talking of accessibility, the new 1200X is also cheaper than the outgoing XC by quite a bit too. When they hit the showrooms in early 2024, the X will be available for £11,895 on the road. That's £800 cheaper than the previous model. So what exactly do you get with the Scrambler 1200X, and are you missing out on spec to get that new lower price? Well, yes and no is the somewhat confusing answer to that. There's a change of suspension across the range, with Triumph switching to Marzocchi for both the X and the XE. The outgoing XC had Showa forks and Öhlins rear shocks. The X that replaces it is fitted with Marzocchi 45mm upside down forks and a matching Marzocchi RSU with piggyback reservoirs, both of which have 170mm of travel. The brakes have changed too. Gone are the Brembo M50 monoblock calipers, which are replaced with a set of Nissan 2-piston axial stoppers, but they still grab twin 310mm discs in the front and a single 255mm in the back. Triumph say these changes have been made to keep a check on the prices, and only a test ride will confirm if they actually make any noticeable difference in the performance of the bike. A new shorter swing arm reduces the wheelbase by 5mm, which should also sharpen up the handling a little, particularly on road. However, the new X model has some key features that don't appear on the old XC, namely optimised cornering ABS and switchable cornering traction control. These work in conjunction with 5 riding modes, including a dedicated off-road mode. As you would expect, all of the lighting is LED, including the DRL. There's a new, smaller, more compact tail light, which I personally think is a big improvement, and the indicators have a slimmer profile too. The USB charging port remains, as does Bluetooth connectivity, with the optional accessory being activated. The X has a bit more of a sleeker stripped back aesthetic, which I think will appeal to a broad range of riders. I like the fact that it runs with black forks, which for me is a nicer look than the gold of the XE, but that's just a personal preference. The detailing and quality is high, as we've come to expect from Triumph, and there's 3 colour options. Ash Grey features the large Triumph logo on the tank, as does the Carnival Red option. Sapphire Black is a staple colour for the Scrambler range, and that tank features the smaller logo. The X also gets a dedicated round display, which features a white on black LCD main display with a colour TFT section integrated into it. From the pictures, it looks like a really nice, clean, uncluttered display, which suits the bike down to a T. In fact, overall, I think the new 1200X is a very handsome looking bike, particularly in ash grey, and with its lower seat height and lower price, I think it will prove to be very popular. It's certainly the one that I would go for, and I can see it tempting perhaps some Scrambler 900 owners who are looking for more grunt, but were maybe previously put off by the size of the 1200. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section below. As you would expect, there's a massive range of accessories available, and because the 2024 range is not a complete sea change from the previous model, a lot of existing parts will carry across. The X is certainly right for some modification work too. Triumph have tweaked the X to make it a better bike on the road, but it still retains a good level of off-road ability. This could make it the perfect solution for those riders that in reality spend most of their time on tarmac, but still want to be able to explore the dirt when the fancy takes them. It's a good move from Triumph in my opinion. Although I've concentrated on the X model, I should also quickly cover off the changes to the XE model as well. Again, Marzocchi forks and RSU's feature, but with a higher, fully adjustable specification and a huge 250mm of travel. The XE retains Brembo calipers, but this time around they are the latest Stylema radial monoblock. The XE now has a single 50mm throttle body and reworked exhaust header, which improves flow and is said to offer a broader spread of torque higher up the rev range. The single throttle body also helps keep the bike slim at the waist, giving more space for the signature high level exhaust. It also retains the display from the previous model. The colour choice is very slightly more limited than the X model, with black featuring heavily on two options: Phantom Black and Storm Grey, or the plain Sapphire Black. But there is a rather striking Baja Orange and Phantom Black option, which looks great in pictures and hopefully even better in the metal. The XE model will be priced at £13,295 on the road, which is also cheaper than the outgoing model by £400. Considering the extra features on it, that seems like a great deal to me. As I mentioned earlier, both models will be in showrooms in early 2024, and I look forward to getting a chance to ride them and bring you a full review. I'm particularly looking forward to swinging a leg over the 1200X. I think that's got a very broad appeal, as I said, and it could just be the cracker in the range. I think the lower seat height opens it up to more potential riders. The lower price is always a good thing, and from an aesthetics point of view, I also think it looks a little bit less fussy than the XE. I don't mean to upset any current XE owners, but in my eyes, the black forks and the kind of more stripped back nature gives this even more of a retro feel. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the new 2024 Scrambler 1200s, so let me know in the comment section down below, and as well, if you have any questions, also pop them down there too. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And also don't forget to hit that notification button so that you get informed when new videos are released. I hope you found this quick introduction video both entertaining and informative, and I look forward to getting the chance to ride both of these bikes at some point in the future and bringing you a full and honest review. So until next time, all that leaves me to say is thanks for watching, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.